That cutscene was literally just the same cutscene. So, that guy not coming for me? He's just going to stand there. He's just going to stand there.
Don't mess with me, crook.
He's dead now. Oh, good. We get to fight out of this area one more time.
You don't look well. Hey, we need some help.
It's like playing Devil May Cry 4.
You're dead.
Apart from this guy clearly is not Dante. He's not even Nero. That's a shotgun.
You can run, but you can't hide. Come on, headshot.
Oh dear. I shouldn't have walked out here. Oh, double shot. Yeah, I need to rest. I took a lot of bullets in that gunfight. It's just literally just standing next to me. Is that guy still up here? I'm guessing I'm going back out the back. Oi! I'm trying to rest.
Are you okay? You don't look well.
I'm gonna take this. This looks fast. Where am I even supposed to be going? Oh Jesus, this controls like shit. That's not a road. Help, please! They're shooting at me.
Oi, mate. Hey, wanker.
Where the hell are you taking me? This is just taking me around in a circle. Or have my indicators stopped working?
Hey, what do you think you're doing?
Well, that car's fucked. Let's hit the sporty one.
Police out.
Oh, another MR2. Nice. Right, it wants me to turn left. So it wants me to go... I think I'm going to try over the bridge.
Come on, what's the problem here?
That little tap just sent me around the corner. Nice.
Hey, what do you think you're doing?
It's funny, all those roadblocks out for the Hammond character. They don't seem to be here for... It's almost like London's a different city playing through these missions. Also, I'm sorry, if this was actually happening in London, the entire city would shut down. Is that just a car park? Was it actually a road? No, it's just a car park.
You idiot! Get off the fucking road!
That's also not a thing. Follow the CityLink van. Uh-oh. I'm allowed to do that. I'm flying squad, right? Double denim. Hey, it's this road. This is where they smashed into the police truck. Right, it does kind of want me to go down there. That's what I mean. The indicators are so vague. It doesn't really tell you much. Am I going back to the police station? Is that where I'm going? No, I'm going somewhere else. Are we going to the boat? Is that where we're going? Do you mean to tell me that Frank Carter lets out Hammond and the woman, Yasmin? He lets them out of where they are, but then they both drive to the same place in different vehicles to make the cutscene convenient? So what, this section of the game is big on the checkpoints and the time critical driving, which I'm not overly fond of. Doesn't feel like I was that far off either. Please just start me in a car. Okay, I can accept that. Any cars in here? Oh, why did it start me here instead of the... Whatever. Shoot me where you want. I'm taking your car. Because for some reason a Rover 75 is really fast. Should have gone left. Hey! I just polished that. Skills. Oh, these Rovers attacking me. I'm sure there's an 80s B movie to make about a killer Rovers. Right, I'm going straight ahead. No, I'm not. I'm crashing into that guy. Oh, God. Driving on a time limit, it's just... For some reason... Oh! Right, I'm going to take that vehicle because it's going to be fast.
Gotta get some wheels.
Wait. What? What the fuck? That car just got blown up. Immediately. What the hell shot me? Alright, this sucks shit. This is terrible. Fine! I'll stop and shoot you! Jesus! Oh, there's a lot of them. Oh, God. Limps to the car, immediately press circle on the car, and he just gets in the car like normal. Right, I'm almost certainly not going to make this time limit now because I've changed car twice. 3 times, in fact. Less windy roads this way around though, so maybe I'm taking the right route. The draw distance in this game is pretty good. I need to turn right at my next convenience. Oh! I appear to have wandered into a one-way street. Oh, is this where I'm supposed to be going?
This is crime central.
Charlie wants everyone down at the Sol Vita.
Just limp around. Now, I'm supposed to be stealthy or loud? I think either way, I think I might have a rest against the wall. Otherwise, this mission's not going to end very well. But any good meeting table needs spirits and a ringing phone. Oh, good. Well, we'll have a look at him through the A4 flip chart. I can't see if he's rested, if he's recovered or not. Oh, he stood up.
Jake's got that look in his eye again.
Yeah, and you know what that means.
I mean, at least I'm arresting these people rather than just killing everybody.
Right, lads, bring as many AKs as you can carry. Hurry up, we need to get in position early.
Come on, you guys, we're in a hurry.
Jake, the bears are less heavily armed than this.
So what am I supposed to be doing here? Am I supposed to be attacking? Stealth. I'm going to check the mission objectives before I do anything.
I need you to go up north to the depot.
Sneak into the depot. Okay.
DC car, I know you.
What? Whoops. That could have gone better. So if I'm arresting all their guys, who the hell shows up at the boat? So I think what I need to do
AKs and shotguns.
is come down here, but then go through the middle.
What am I, donkey? How about someone else giving a hand?
Jake, the bears are less heavily armed than this.
Nope, that's not right either.
Got a light?
Sure, here you go.
Right, this is better. Starting to make some progress. Or am I? Because these guys don't seem to appear to be wanting to move. God damn it! That's all I had to do?
Carter. Hammond. I'm at the depot. Jake's just about to leave. He's got half the Bethnal Greenwell with him. I need some backup.
I don't give a shit. Charlie's just took off with Alex. You get the flying squad. I've got to get my boy.
I'm off the squad, Hammond. I'm suspended. My boss, the bastard you executed, he belonged to Charlie. Unless I get the Jolsons, I've got no way of clearing my name.
So what, copper? Don't tell me your troubles. Every cop, every villain in London wants me dead, and I've got to get my boy.
You agreed, Hammond. It's you and me now. We're going up against them.
Don't know him anything, Mark.
Listen, Hammond. Jake must be heading for the meeting. Charlie intends to sort out all the loose ends.
Yeah? So where's he going?
To some old cargo ship called Solvita at St. Saviour's Dock. He's going to take care of everyone.
Are you winding me up? What's he going there for?
What do you think? They're taking your kid there. Charlie was going to deliver you to all the other gangs. He's out to finish it. Charlie's going to blow the whole thing sky high, Hammond, so you better get there.
Shut it, copper. I'll keep my word. We're on our way, all right?
Right, go for the kid. I'll go for Jake and the detonator.
So I really like the idea of splitting the two storylines and having them intersect. But having, I don't know, actually having the same cutscene with a bit more detail is kind of cool, but the story's not twisty-turny enough for that. Right, am I still in stealth mode?
I'll keep...
That's it, on your knees.
No, because he's saying stuff. I'm still gonna arrest you. Oh, that's it. Lexus. Everyone's driving Lexuses. Is it only Charlie Jolson who can afford a sporty number? None of his cronies. Right, so the cargo ship was one of the longest drives in the entire game before, so how far do we think the cargo ship is from here? It's a nice street. I imagine houses down here are in the region of something £1 million. Just a guess. I'm a bus. I mean, this Lexus is almost as big as a bus. Right, we're going left. And straight on. Yeah, it kind of wants me to go that way, doesn't it? Oh, good. A time limit. Oh no, it's just gangsters.
Hey, this is one way.
Sure is.
Charlie, Jake, all in one place.
Have I made it? Oh, this car's not in good shape. I wonder what the end of this game is. So we're on mission 23 of 24. And this is us getting to the boat. So you have to assume we get on the boat and there's one more mission after that?
Police.
Alright, I'll take a taxi.
You can't do this.
Just did, son. Sorry. Please move out of my way. Oh. Oh, this sucks. Oh, alright, he pushed me through it. I didn't realise I could get through there. Thank you, miscellaneous gangster. Right. Oh, good. The steering's gone. Let's try another car. I'm commandeering your vehicle, sir. Oh god, what is this? It's another Nissan Micra-like. This is gonna time out, isn't it?
I need your details.
Is this Tower Bridge? I think I've walked this bridge.
What do you think you're doing?
Kind of reminds me of Tower Bridge.
What are you playing at? Hey, pal.
Yeah. I think that is Tower Bridge, because this street looks familiar. Christ, I didn't know I knew anything about London. Alright, here we go. We're here.
This must be. Where's the ship?
Hey, I can actually go through the front door. We having a nice old friendly shoot up.
It's insane. That much fertilizer will blow the old waterfront. Try me now.
I think I'm gonna have to do some shooting here because there's a lot of guys around.
Drums below.
I'm just gonna double check and see it doesn't say the word sneak. No, it just says find Jake. Okay.
Come on, get him. Charlie wants to know
Holy shit! How many miscellaneous men in suits? I'm an unstoppable killing machine! But only of men in suits. And that's like a 45-second rest afterwards.
Too bad.
I hope I get to explore different parts of the ship.
But you can't hide.
Oh good, it's not going to let me rest now. Just roll everywhere.
Come on, Nick.
Come on, Jake.
Carter.
Oh shit. Oh shit. That did not go well.
This is too much. This bucket is full of rats.
I thought I could sneak up on him. Turns out I can't. Well, not like that anyway. It's trying to do the cinematic thing, isn't it? Of like, follow me into this corridor.
Don't mess with the
You'll get no sympathy here.
Who shouted that? He sounded close. Was it the dead guy? Wrong way. What's the best to get shot up halfway up the ladder? Alright. I'm gonna give me a wall stat.
You'll get no sympathy here.
The frame rate up here is not so good. Let me stand by this first aid box and just rest. Is that where they keep their bowling shoes? What the hell is that? I'm assuming it's helmets.
That's flying squad training.
Where bloody hell has Jake gone to?
Carter. Covered.
Right, where's he buggered off to now? More importantly, where does he want me to go? Apart from slowly limping down this ladder.
Are you okay? You don't look well.
Don't mess with me.
Ah! Let me hide in this room. Might get some peace and quiet here. Oh, I can just see through the wall. Brilliant. Third person camera pays off. So far, this is not the high octane mission I was expecting. Right, seriously, where did he come from? Am I getting back off the boat then? Where did he land? Did he land in the middle? Is that him?
It's empty.
Yeah, awesome.
Oh, for fuck's sake! How many bullets? Oh, for God! Jesus Christ! Can I rest on that? No. I need to go find a proper wall. I'm guessing he can't hit me from that sort of distance. He can just keep shooting infinite rounds, though. How many shots has he got in that pistol?
Don't mess with me, crook.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Don't mess.
This game is so cheap with that sort of stuff. Yes! Yes! A complimentary tuck biscuit to celebrate.
He's been straight up.
Wait,
Shut it, Mark. You're pushing your luck. I gave you a break because of Seuss.
no cutscenes for the end of Jake?
For the filth. I can't have the filth knowing my business. You'd all be dead if it weren't for him, Nick.
This really is an afterthought, isn't it?
He's a very lucky wife.
This is like that,
Pushing your luck right now.
Wake Up Ron Burgundy, the Anchorman DVD, where they just edited, deleted scenes together into a movie.
Go on, Mark. Get out of here. You're criminal trash, a lot of you. I don't need your help, Hammond. Why would I? I don't need any favours from scum. I'm Frank fucking Carter, the flying squad. That's right, the flying squad. The Met's finest. Be a long fucking day in January before I beg for help from criminal trash. That's enough from you, filth.
This is my town. Not yours, Jungle Bunny. Not yours. And not yours either, you slanty-eyed fucker. Mine. I was running this town when you were still being slapped by your dad for wetting the bed. I ran this town with real men, like Ronnie and Reggie, with respect.
I really hope I get to kill Charlie Jolson at the end of this game.
And who was who. But now what we got? Fucking spear chuckers. Bring these shooters where no one's safe. Turning London into a madhouse. Smackheads, crackheads, mixing of the fucking races. Well, I'm sorry. Enough's enough. You're out of fucking order. You give these people a bit of space, and what you get? Fucking disorder. It's gonna stop. And it starts right now. Somebody shoot the fucker, he's gonna go! What it is to be English? That. If his finger comes up the button, it blows us all. Scarboroughly hammers. Now! 2 world wars, 1 world cup. Get the fuck back! Pounds and ounces. Here a couple down the Marlow Road. Land of hope and glory.
What? What the fuck? What the what the hell is this? This game has taken itself so seriously for 23 missions, and all of a sudden it's just, unless that's supposed to be serious. Holy shit. Well, I wasn't expecting that.
Waylo will kill us all!
Christ, it's breaking apart.
Did you just get off the ship in 3 minutes? Oh, I don't want to go through here. I'm already lost. I need indicators on my man. Just put them in his pockets so I can tell when to go left and when to go right. They're busy shooting each other.
Waylo back to Charlie, so go. Get out while you can.
It's just so bloody dark, I can't see anything. A lot of corpses. I need to rest. Right, so, Sod's Law, I'm going to turn a corner and I'm going to shoot with a shotgun. I hate this game. Not making that same mistake again.
He's gonna kill us all. Half the waterfront's about to go up, and you're still arguing. Gotta shift it.
This is an aggressive timescale you're on. Well, that was worth watching at least. Great. Someone's gonna have a gun down here. Bollocks. Oh shit. Where does it want me to get to? Because I might be in trouble.
Come on.
Yes! Oh, it's the same made-for-TV music. That's pretty rubbish. What? That's it? That's the end of the game? Holy shit, that really is just a bonus. That's amazing. I mean, what do you say after all that? That was the most anticlimactic ending to a game I've had in a long time. They could have at least played the credits. So after all that time playing the Getaway, and to be honest, it is a long time. This is the longest playing Devil's Advocate I've done, and it felt long as well. Let's take a look at how that went. I think actually this has probably been my favourite so far. And it probably shows. I think it takes a lot to play a 7.5 hour, 8 hour game for this long. So let's do as we always do and start with the good. I think it's pretty obvious that the Getaway has got a cinematic flair. And I think that still shows now, 15 years later. 16 years later by the time this comes out, possibly. But I think there is definitely something to the quality of the cinematics. I'm not saying they're perfect, and they certainly have aged, but if you think back to what was coming out in 2002, there are things here that weren't being done until kind of the era of Uncharted and Dead Space and things that people hadn't really considered in games or hadn't tried to achieve, and potentially that's because the game took so goddamn long to create and had such a massive budget that it just wasn't affordable until the PS3 360 era. The HUD-less gameplay, I think actually, having mentioned Dead Space is the first game that I feel like really nailed a third-person shooter without a HUD. And I think the Getaway gets close. I mean, the game looks, for the day, incredible. You think about to what GTA used to look like, and you had the mini-map, and you had the health in the corner. The health was a number out of 100, and all of the kind of legacy video gamey stuff was still rampant in the PS2 era. So to have a game say, we're not going to put your health on the screen, we're going to try and represent it in a different way, it's got its own set of problems, but I think it was quite an interesting concept to have in 2002. The recreation of London is really quite impressive, and yes, you drive through the same streets over and over again, and I think that's more a problem with the design of how they built the game, because you spend so much time driving in and out of Soho, but the physical representation of London is really quite impressive. There's some really well-crafted driving set pieces. I think the sequence breaking Jake Jolson out of the police van and sequences like that, I think are quite well done. The driving is probably the strongest part of the game, because the shooting has its own set of problems. I think the soundtrack's really good. There's moments of it, that last cutscene in particular, has a really awful soundtrack, but it feels thrown in at the last second. I think a lot of the incidental music in the game is actually pretty good. So we move on to the bad. The difficulty spikes in this game are really difficult to excuse. I think it makes the game borderline frustrating to play, which is really annoying because, I mean, you'll see throughout this, I cut out loads of deaths. There was that whole section in the middle where I essentially played through mission 11 and 12, and it took me 2 hours to get through those 2 missions, just because the difficulty was so up and down. You'll have tons of problems on one level, and then all of a sudden you'll blast through 3 levels without even thinking about it. And that to me speaks to a game that was very hastily kind of put together. And this game took forever to create, so it wasn't something they rushed to the market, but I think whatever they actually delivered, playtesting clearly didn't kind of dictate difficulty spikes. They didn't smooth over it quite as nicely as I'd hope. The checkpoints, I think, actually add to the difficulty spikes. There's multiple points in this game where you will have 80% of the section of a game down, and you'll just have to keep repeating them over and over again because you can't checkpoint at any point. You have missions, and the thing that should be commended is this game does have checkpoints. When you failed a mission in Grand Theft Auto 3 or Vice City, you started at a hospital, you'd have to drive back to the mission and start the mission again. The Getaway didn't make you do that, but I'd still argue that because of the difficulty spikes in that game, it was a lot less forgiving than Grand Theft Auto would have been. I think it suffers for it because, especially in the stealth sections, it becomes absolutely infuriating to have to repeat yourself over and over again. The healing system I have big problems with. I think it's a really noble effort that they put into this game. I think the idea of having regenerative health is something we take for granted these days, and it absolutely was not the case in 2002. So they were trying things that were way ahead of where the rest of the industry were. But standing and leaning against a wall for a minute does not make a good game. And that's the key problem, is that they came up with a really interesting system which absolutely destroys the pace of the shooting. Clunky gunplay. The gunplay is rough. The auto-aim is bad. I mean, third-person shooters with auto-aim, you only have to go back to Vice City. Auto-aim was not good in these sort of eras, and the Getaway is an extreme example of bad auto-aim. Constantly I was hitting R1 and it was just pointing at the wrong person, or pointing at somebody through the wall, or just not particularly good. The stealth sections are unforgiving. I think this kind of rolls into the difficulty spikes and the checkpoints. I don't like the stealth in this game. It is very difficult. It's a lot of trial and error, which is bad for stealth. That is the kind of thing that will kill a stealth game dead, is when you are not relying on systems. Because Metal Gear Solid, say what you like about it, the beauty of Metal Gear Solid is that it has systems that you can interact with to determine whether you are stealthy or not. You have the mini-map with the cones. You know, it's a simplified system, but you have something you can react to. The Getaway is absolutely a exercise in memorization, and that is not fun. Frank Carter's chapter, I feel, is a massive step down from Mark Hammond's. Mark Hammond's feels like the game, and to be honest, if I'd have just had Mark Hammond's chapter fleshed out a little bit and actually had an ending, we'll get to that in a minute, I'd feel happy with the game. I think Frank Carter's chapter feels tacked on for me. In some ways, it feels like Mark Hammond is like the original game, and Frank Carter's chapter is like the DLC chapter they add on after the fact. It's way shorter. The missions don't have anywhere near the complexity of the cutscenes. The story is kind of simplified. It's unfortunate, because I think the character's an interesting one. I do think his voice acting is not very good, but I quite like the idea of the dichotomy between having a criminal and a cop and kind of going back and forth. I just don't think it's particularly handled particularly well, and especially when the two stories kind of mingle towards the end, it just feels like they're reusing assets and kind of cheaply sticking it together. Some of the voice acting has not aged well. Let's see if you remember any of these classic moments.
Somebody better start telling me what the fuck's going on here. Otherwise, there's gonna be a lot more claret spilt aboard this ship.
I can explain, Nick. I can explain everything.
Explain. Fucking explain! I should hope you care for your sake, son. You got quite a few people here who would like some serious words with you.
Nick, let him speak, man. Let's find out what the hell's been going on here.
I should just kill you. God knows I want to. You have caused me a lot of grief, Hammond.
Nick! Now I'm truly fucked. I've committed every crime known to man to get my boy back. And I'll find out I was just a pawn in that mad maniac scheme. Those fucking tribe boys are really going to enjoy feeding me to the fish.
You did better than most. Looks like everyone underestimated you.
Oh, well, don't fuck it up. There's enough problem with that crazy bastard Hammond shooting up half of London.
You'll keep my cool, Mac. There's no way those bastards are gonna get to Joel.
Fucking explain!
Yeah, not great. Again, this game was way ahead of its time, and it was probably attempting things that were outside of its reach. But I have to commend that. You can't kind of hold a game hostage because it tried something innovative at the time that didn't quite pan out. I'd much rather them do that than just do something boring and something that is perfectly acceptable in the era. The story, I think, is... I mean, there's not a lot to the story. It's a basic revenge kind of story. But, I don't know, the ending for it, it's difficult to justify why I don't like it, because I feel like if you asked people who wrote that story, I imagine it is based on those kind of gritty British kind of crime stories, and if you're going into the kind of noir realm with it, then those films don't tend to have resolutions. They don't tend to have completion of story. You don't have, you know, the 5 minutes at the end where everyone's happy. Well, maybe you do. So in some ways I can see why it doesn't have a resolution, but I just feel like the end of this game has absolutely no redeeming qualities whatsoever. The interest in the story is the first couple of chapters, and I can totally see why, if you look at the PlayStation 2 demo disc that they gave away the Getaway on, it was the first 2 missions. And I think that speaks volumes, because those are the strongest parts of the story. The fact it's taken me 15 years to see this game through to the end should be telling enough that this game is frustrating as hell at times. And I think last time I played, so I got stuck the first time I played this game on Mission 11, which is Charlie Jolson's house with the lasers. Later in life I got to about chapter 19, which is towards the end of Frank Carter's, and I do wonder if I got stuck with Frank Carter or whether I just got bored. Could be either, to be honest, but I'm glad I saw it through to the end, because now I know there was no ending worth worrying about in the first place. Charlie Jolson. He's a bad person. I don't like his voice. I don't think he's particularly well realised. And that insane section at the end where he starts singing Land of Hope and Glory justifies him as a terrible character. I've collected some user reviews again. These are at random. I quite enjoyed some of these. The fact that the game should be renamed to Runaway. The fact that Vice City apparently is for kids. The fact that this game would be much better if it had tanks and Hummers and boats. And the fact that the controls are the worst since Rainbow Six Rogue Spear for the PlayStation. I find that hard to believe, to be honest. So we get back to the list, and I feel terrible about this because the whole point of the list was to try and disseminate whether Metacritic scores change with time, and whether, you know, just because something got a 35 back in the day, does that mean it's still terrible, or does that mean it's now more acceptable because the prices have changed? Unfortunately, what I'm going to say is that The Getaway is clearly better than all 3 games I've played so far. It's a massive step above anything else. I think Secret Service is the only one that gets anywhere near close, but it's clear that The Getaway has got a much bigger budget than Secret Service ever had, and a much more ambitious game, which I kind of have to commend. And I had a lot of fun with it. You know, Secret Service is still only a 3-4 hour game. It's still a rough first-person shooter. The Getaway is, you know, 7.5, 8 hours of action. And it is... I think it gets a bad rap. It's definitely a game that people don't like. And I definitely wouldn't say, if you were to review The Getaway today, if they were to re-release it on PS4 right now, it would not get a 72. It would not be up there with that sort of caliber of game. But there's definitely something in it. There's definitely something worth taking from it. And I think you can see a lot of the concepts that they tried to pull off with The Getaway. You definitely see that in the kind of 360 PS3 era, and especially into the PS4 era. Cinematic games have come on a long way. And in some ways, it's kind of a shame that the sequel to the Getaway didn't do quite well. The PS3 version just got cancelled. It would be interesting to see what a Getaway game would be in this day and age, but to be honest, with the state of Sony, that's just not going to happen. So, that's the Getaway. That's all of it. Next time we reconvene, we'll be playing something entirely different, I promise.
Explain!